You're welcome.
Okay, you are all welcome to the System Podcast, where we talk about everything medicine. And today, our topic for today is going to be medical school leadership and innovation. As we all know, medical school itself is a hassle, and along the way, either being group leader, class rep, or anything, you would have to lead in one way or the other, and you need to bring one or two innovations. So with us today is a special guest. We have Abdul Qasim Tukur Galadima, who is from Daura, Katsina State, but he was born and raised in Kano State. He is an alumnus of the prestigious Day Science College Kano, and he is a second year medical student here in Bayero University Kano. He is the class rep of the current 200 level MBBS BDS, also the program coordinator of the Still Waters Mental Health Foundation AKTH chapter. He is an active namesite, a former assistant local officer Skohi Bumsa chapter, a member of FAMSA, SCOMA, and SCOPUB, a member of the Class Rep Leaders Forum, BUK, and Achilles Course Reps Network, a facilitator with Sharada Student Science Center SCCC, a non-governmental organization with the aim of eradicating illiteracy in Sharada town and beyond. So I would like to formally welcome you to the program.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's go straight to the program. The first thing we would like to ask you, based on your experience and everything, please can you briefly discuss the role of leadership skills in the medical school itself?
Okay. So, leadership skills play a crucial role in the medical profession. Starting from when a person is a medical student, to beginning of internship, residency, and being a medical officer, up to finally being a consultant. So as a medical student, there are various occasions one has to act as a leader. You can be a leader of your practical group, that of your discussion group, or being the class rep. Effective leaders inspire and motivate their teams, promote collaboration, and make informed decisions. All this will lead to success in our daily endeavors. A good leader will prioritize patient care in the field of medical profession, foster a positive work environment, drive innovation, and also ensure efficient healthcare delivery and enhances overall quality of patient outcome. So in a nutshell, leadership is very important in medical profession, because nowadays as a medical doctor one has a variety of options. It's not a news that he or she must practice in the clinic. One can opt for the health management roles. He or she can be appointed into an office under the Ministry of Health. And being a leader where he or she to take this role, positively impacting patient care and contribute to the advancement of the field. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the clear explanation and discussion about this concept. So, looking at the landscape of the university and the medical school, there are so many organizations available in the school, from BUMSA, SUG, and so on. So, can you make a brief description of this existing leadership opportunities available in the school? I forget to even mention the one you are, NIMSA and SCOPI, and so a brief description of those this thing and some of the roles students do there and opportunities and advantage of those things.
Okay, thank you once again, Chief. So As I already mentioned, medical school comes with many leadership opportunities, both within the four walls of the lecture hall and beyond. Within the class, one can be the leader of a discussion group, practical group, and one can also be a class rep. I think I already mentioned that.
Yeah.
But beyond the class, there are many associations, starting with the student union bodies like the Bayero University Kano Student Union Government. We have the Bayero University Medical Student Association BUMSA. We have Kano Medical Student Association KAMSA. We have Association of Katsina Medical Students, AKAMS, and many other associations. So under these associations, there are various officers one can apply for and work with if given the chance. So let's take NIMSA for example. NIMSA stands for Nigerian Medical Student Association. NIMSA is a huge body with several regions, and it encompasses various standing committees one can apply for. For example, we have the Standing Committee on Public Health, SCOPH. We have Standing Committee on Policy Implementation, just to mention but few. But the one that is very important to me is the Standing Committee on Capacity Building, because today we are discussing on leadership, right?
Yes.
So, Standing Committee on Capacity Building, its main focus and its main responsibility is to try as much as possible to train young medical professionals into learning how to be a leader. So that's why it's very interesting, the standing committee, but there are various other standing committees. And within those standing committees, there are various opportunities, positions that one as a medical student you can apply for. Because then NIMSA, provided you are an indigen of Nigeria and you are studying medicine, then you are a member of NIMSA. So you have the chance to participate in some of the offices. Although some of the officers may be the president of NIMSA, there might be some things that are needed of you. But for maybe local officer and other positions, as much as you are a medical student and a Nigerian, then you are free to apply. So I think taking part in this kind of activities actually will help a student, because later on, maybe after becoming a medical doctor, you might be the chief resident, and if to say you didn't know how leadership activities are being done, then it will be hard on you. So that's why leadership is very important and crucial to medical students. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the clear explanation also. Next word, looking at your class, I'm really fascinated with the way some of the your class people used to say you kind of design some activities for them, some innovations, like really like that. And now I would like you to just kind of like explain some of these innovations you did in your class for us, and also tell us some innovations you met. Like not the one you did, some you met. If there's no one you met, it's okay. And just briefly tell us some of the challenges you face or you are facing in the process of bringing all those innovations into your class.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I'm very humbled by by the way you just addressed me. So about it's very important of you to be able to innovate some new ideas, not to only go on using the old ones that you have met, but there have been some innovation in medical education recently. And part of this innovation, I noticed that nowadays they are trying to integrate medical learning with artificial intelligence. I think just of recent, BUMSA had a symposium, right, titled Let's Discuss AI.
Yes.
AI and medicine. But I believe they are trying to AI and medicine, and that will be very nice.
Yes.
But the issue is that AI in Nigeria and less developing or developing country it's like we are left behind. But at least with this kind of symposium, I believe it's a step forward.
Yes.
Apart from that, there are various innovations made by, let's say, BUMSA, for example. I noticed that there is an introduction of a mentor-mentee program by the BUMSA administration, And I believe that program is very important. So, I personally, as the class rep, actually, I brought some new initiatives to the class. But some of the initiatives, I titled the initiative as Golden Initiatives, and maybe I will just outline some of the initiatives.
Oh.
So, part of the initiative, we have Topics of the Week that is done every Sundays. We have Medical Knowledge and History Templates every Tuesdays. The Erudite Medic Program every Fridays. Movie/TV series recommendations every Saturdays.
Wow.
Class social activity monthly, and introduction of the class committee. So these are some of the initiatives that I brought to the class.
Sorry, I would like to, and I could still remember you people, I wouldn't name your class. You know, we don't even have name for our class, but you guys have name already for your class. That's something commendable too.
I know, actually, some people are even thinking that naming the class, it's somehow too early to name the class.
No, it's not. It's not too early. It's not too early to me, actually.
And it seems nice, actually, the idea. So that was why we discussed the class committee and some of the class members. And finally, we choose the erudites as the name of the class.
Yes.
So these are some of the initiatives. And each and every one of this initiative, there is a reason behind it. So starting with the first one, the topic of the week. So topics of the week, we all know how medical education is. It's somehow bulky, and one needs to be organized. Provided you are not organized, then many things will just be moving without you knowing. So that was why we initiated the topics of the week. Each week, there will be some topics will be sent to the group, and each and every member of the class needs to finish those topics. Make sure that he is done with those topics within that week. So this is the main aim of the topics of the week, and it's sent to the group every Sundays. Then we have the medical knowledge and history template. This one, I'm sure it's not just for the class members, but also for the entire public, because what we usually do is we'll find a history about medical, maybe about the preventions of malaria, how to treat malaria, maybe normal treatment of malaria that one can do within the house, not in the hospital. So maybe we'll publish that, and we will try as much as possible to post it in our social media handles. So I'm sure many people will be able to see that, and maybe through us, some people will be able to prevent some of the commonly diseases that are common to our society. So this is the main of the medical knowledge and history template. Then we have the erudite medic program. So the main thing that made me started this program is that I noticed that after our 100 level, still most of the class members don't hear each other actually. We are just moving around like that. So I think someone suggested the idea that maybe we should try to create a program in which every week 1 or 2 members of the class will be hosted in the class chat domain, so that they will explain who they are, try to share their history and what have you. So that's the main aim of the erudite medic program. Its main purpose is to try to unite the class, as well as try to share for us to know each other. So then the movie and TV series recommendation. Wow. I believe this one is the most controversial one, because many people will think that, what is this called? I think they used to call it Group 2 or something like that.
It's true.
People will be thinking that sending a movie or TV series recommendation, like as a medical student, we are not supposed to be watching movies or series. But to me, actually, some of my class members used to call me like, sorry?
Yeah.
Because actually, as a class rep and just the person I am, I used to advocate that as a medical student, that doesn't mean that we just need to focus on our books only. We should try as much as possible to find some time for ourselves, so that we can enjoy ourselves. So that's why we initiated the movie/TV series recommendation. Every week on Saturdays, we used to send some movies or maybe series, and we try as much as possible to send the movies maybe that are medically related, maybe medical dramas and what have you. So this is the main aim of the movie/TV series recommendation. Then we have the class sports/social activity. This activity usually happens once in a month, and maybe it might be in the form of a sport, maybe football match between even number and odd numbered students, or maybe other sport like maybe what, and many other sport actually. And apart from sport, I think last time we did a game, charade game. It was a very nice game, and what I noticed with this program is that it's increased the bond of the class members, because both the ladies and the gentlemen, they together and interact, and we get to know each other actually during this program. And at least we get to leave our books aside for some time, at least once a month. So that's the main aim of the program. And the main function of this, the class, sport and social activity, and that of the movie and TV series, nowadays I believe that our mental health should be our priority.
Yes.
But medical having mental health issues, depression because of the constant studying without further activities. So that's why once in a while we need to be like doing something else. So that are what make us initiate this kind of programs. Then the last one, which is the introduction of the class committee. I believe the class committee just comprises of some few members of the class, those that may be the elders of the class, because you know how I used to say that abin da babba gani yaro ba zai gani ba, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So the elders of the class, and apart from the elders of the class, maybe some people that I believe they are very responsible. So there are some situation or maybe some decisions that I as the class rep should not make them on my own. And for me to introduce the situation to the class, to the general class group, it will cause maybe chaos or something like that. So those kinds of situations, I used to discuss it with the class committee, and at the end of the day, we'll come up with a solution. So this is the main aim of the class committee.
Oh.
So these are some part of the initiative that I have invented actually. Thank you.
That's nice. That's nice. You obviously have a very nice class, nice journey. So I would like to know how did this stuff that you are bringing, this leadership through your leadership, and to impacted your medical studies, like you and the members of your class, like how has it impacted all of you guys?
Okay, thank you very much. So actually, you know, one thing is, as a leader, what you need is the support of your class members, because provided you have that support, then you will be able to be doing many things. But if they are not supported, then an issue will arise. So I'm very lucky actually, because my class members are supportive, and I have a group of friends that are always supportive. Because as a leader actually, most especially in the medical school, you need friends, a very close friends that will always support you. Because sometimes maybe the lecturer will say that you need to submit some assignment, maybe the assignment of close to 200 students. So I'm sure you will not be able to carry those assignments. So maybe you need someone to help you or something like that. So you need those kinds of friends. And Alhamdulillah, I got those friends actually, and my class members are also supportive. And these initiatives, I don't just make them up and send it to the group just like that. I usually used to organize a class session, discuss it with the class members, let them advise me if maybe they have a suggestion, they will suggest something, and I try as much as possible to see that if their suggestion is reasonable, I will use it. So this is the kind of pathway I usually follow, because this is the only way that the initiatives will work. Because you are not in a dictatorship kind of government or something like that. It's something that is democratic, something like that. So you have to try as much as possible to see that those initiatives are not hindering anything, or they are not, at least they are reasonable to majority of the class. So that's what I try to do, and I'm sure these initiatives, the class members notice that it's tried as much as possible to unite us together, and I'm very happy now because actually we are very united now, unlike when we were in our 100 level actually, because we had some issues during our 100 level, some tribal issues and something like that. But now, very united, alhamdulillah. So thank you.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear. So now we're going to the next session, whereby would like some words of advice for aspiring student leaders in medical school, both the ones that are already leaders, what can they do to make things better, and the ones that are about to be leaders, maybe if they graduate or maybe in forthcoming elections they want to contest. So what are the advice that you can give?
Okay. So actually, leadership is all about sacrifice. We have to understand that. So leadership is all about sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice your time, your money, your comfort, and many other things actually. But the key is you have to be patient, committed, and hardworking. Be time conscious, manage your time, and the main thing is that you should try as much as possible not to forget your purpose of being in the medical school. Because I'm sure the main purpose of you being in medical school is to study. So do not in any way allow the responsibility affect your studies. Also, another advice is that they should try as much as possible to be friendly with all, but not to the extent that they will be disrespected actually. Because sometimes as you are trying to be friendly to many people, then that will open a door for you to be disrespected. So just know the limit. Try as much as possible to be friendly to all, but not to the extent that you will be disrespected. Then another thing is that they should try as much as possible to stick to their words. They should not allow themselves to be influenced by others. Also, they should try as much as possible to have a good and supportive friend, as I already mentioned actually. Yes. Because I believe that my friends are very supportive, and I believe they are the backgrounds that are holding me. So that's why I keep mentioning this, because it's very important for you as a class rep to have those kinds of friends, because they will be your pillars. So I believe these are some of the advices, although I'm sure there are many other advices, but along the way, they should just know that leadership is all about sacrifice. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the thoughtful and insightful discussion. And from all what you have said, I would like to pick one sentence that you have been repeatedly saying, or maybe two sentences. You said leadership is all about sacrifice, and you should try to have good and supportive friends. And I believe these are the two key. You said?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said I picked two main sentences from this insightful discussion, which is leadership is all about sacrifice, and number two, you should try to have good and supportive friends. And I think truly it's true what you have said, actually. Thank you very much for being with us, and for anyone who likes to be part of us, they can also connect to us, and if you want to hear our episode and everything, you can check us on YouTube. So thank you very, very much for being with us. Another time.
Thank you.
Thank you.